Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to get the House Judiciary Committee to order. For the folks online, if you just want, during roll call, if you want to say if you're here, and I'll add designation after. And if you don't unmute, that's fine as well. Secretary, please call the roll.
Chairman Briggs.
Here.
Representative Carroll.
Here.
By designation.
Donahue.
No, I'm here.
Here.
By designation.
Hanbidge.
Here.
Hohenstein.
Here.
Howard.
Here.
Kenyatta.
Designation.
Kincaid.
Oh, he's online as well.
Yeah, I'm here, Chairman.
Here.
Thank you.
Mays.
Designation.
Miller.
Designation.
Pielli. Rabb.
Designation.
Sanchez.
Here.
Schusterman.
Here.
Chairman Kaufman.
Here.
Representatives Bonner.
Designation.
Borowitz.
Designation.
Ecker.
Designation.
Ham.
Designation.
Kale.
Designation.
Kerwin.
Designation.
Klunk. Kuzma.
Designation.
Ledbetter.
Designation.
Rigby. Shalaba.
Designation. And I believe Representative Bonner is on the teams, or I think I saw him.
I did see him
Although it was
pop
said
up.
unverified, so we think it's Representative Bonner. It could be an imposter.
I have to verify that.
Oh, there he is. Thanks.
Oh, there you are. Okay, Tim, I'm glad to hear it's you.
Thank you.
Having a quorum, we will move to today's agenda. This might have been a good day for me to offer the committee to buy, I could buy them lunch, right? You know, for the folks that are in person. First up on the agenda, we will be considering House Bill 407 by Representative Powell. I'll need a motion to consider House Bill 407 by Pielli, seconded by Briggs. Council, can you please provide a brief description on the bill?
Mr. Chairman, House Bill 407 amends Title 18, Section 2709.1 in stalking to prohibit unauthorized location tracking. The offense is committed when a person installs or places a technological device on the person or property of another to track the location or movements of the person without their permission. There are exceptions for law enforcement, court orders, parents tracking minors, guardians tracking incapacitated person, and fleet vehicles. Mr. Chairman, the bill takes effect in 60 days and there are no amendments.
Thank you, Council. I see that Representative Powell is online. If you would like to provide some comments on your bill, you have the floor.
Thank you so much, Chairman. Thank you, committee. I really appreciate you all considering this bill. The last session, we worked really hard on it to make sure that it was addressing a common sense issue. We were able to bring this session both the PA Chiefs of Police Association as well as the ACLU to support it. The aims of this bill, as said, is to make sure truly that technology is not outpacing the law. And what we know and what we see and what officers are seeing across the Commonwealth and the country is that this particular technology is being misused to stalk people without their knowledge. And so last session, it was able to pass out of the floor 202 to 1. And I'm deeply appreciative of this reconsideration of the bill and hopefully continue to move it forward. Thank you so much, everyone.
Great. Thank you, Representative Powell. Are there any comments on the bill from folks in the room or online? Raise your hand. I think that is Representative Bonner's hand is raised. Representative Bonner, you're in order on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think this is a very good bill, and I do plan on supporting it. I just had one question, and that was one of the exceptions under section C 2(5) III that allowed the owner of the vehicle at the time of the installation of the electronic tracking device to install it if they were the original manufacturer of the vehicle. I'm just wondering what the rationale would be to allow that particular exception.
We were flipping through the, could you, Representative Powell, if you want to take a stab at that, or Representative Bonner, if you could tell us what section again that you're referring to?
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Under C2 exceptions, and then it's subsection 5, triple I, small I.
Well,
If
Yeah,
I
go-
may,
go-
Chairman, oh, please.
no, go ahead, Representative Powell.
I was going to say, a lot of this language, we worked really closely with the Chamber of Commerce to make sure that it reflected what business owners wanted to see as well. And I'm still trying to get the exact language, but I'm pretty sure this language refers to some of the concerns that folks who have vehicles that are tracked, obviously, to make sure that they are not misplaced or stolen, are able to do so, and that they're able to obviously keep track of their property. And so we'd want to make sure that this intended use of the technology is applicable here, and business owners are able, again, to track their property as needed.
I don't know whether there might be any additional explanation, but
Representative
I
Bonner?
was just curious why that exception may be there for the manufacturer to install these, not necessarily with the permission or awareness of the ultimate owner of the vehicle.
Representative Bonner, I think that addresses situations where, like, I know in Chevrolet vehicles, they have OnStar, so that comes equipped on the vehicle, so that would cover that situation.
Okay. I guess my more concern would be when the potential buyer of the vehicle may not be aware that the manufacturer may have installed it. So I just want to make sure that the purchaser was aware of the device that may be part of the vehicle. As I say, I'm very supportive of the bill. I think it's a good piece of legislation, and maybe just a clarification that the owner of the vehicle has to be aware that that device is installed by the manufacturer. Separate from, I understand the OnStar provision, but I could see other type devices that a purchaser may not be aware of. So, but
Okay.
I thank you for the explanation.
Thank you, Representative. Maybe when we come back to session next week, we can talk to Representative Powell to
Great.
take
Thank
a
you.
little bit harder look at that. I feel
Okay, thank
comfortable
you.
with bringing it up today. Is there any other comments or questions? Are there any negative votes on House Bill 407? Seeing none, if the secretary could record it as unanimously supported and refer to the speaker. Congratulations and thank you, Representative Powell, for your hard work on such an important issue. Next on the agenda is House Bill 414 by Representative Williams. Could I get a motion to consider House Bill 414 by Representative Kaufman, second by Representative Pielli? Council, please provide a very brief description of House Bill 414.
Mr. Chairman, House Bill 141 amends Title 23 by adding Chapter 46, the Uniform Deployed Parents in Custody Visitation Act. Mr. Chairman, the bill provides protections for deployed parents in custody and visitation matters while deployed. For example, the bill prevents permanent custody changes while a service member is deployed, and the bill ensures deployed parents get to see and hear their child while deployed through the use of technology. Importantly, the bill ensures the best interest and safety of the child standard is continually followed and is the controlling factor in placement decisions. This language is passed in at least a dozen other states, and it passed out of the committee unanimously last session. Mr. Chairman, the bill takes effect in 30 days, and there are no amendments.
Thank you, Council, for that good explanation. Representative Williams isn't able to join us this afternoon, but I'm going to recognize Steve Smith to pass along some points that he would like to address. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This legislation aims to protect the parental rights of military members by providing a clear and consistent legal framework to ensure that service members do not face unfair custody consequences as a result of their deployment. Some of the key provisions of this legislation include prompt court procedures. It requires courts to expedite hearings related to custody and visitation when a military parent receives deployment orders. It also authorizes temporary agreements, which allow parents to enter into temporary custody arrangements that automatically terminate upon the deployed parent's return. There is a provision relating to the delegation of custodial rights. A deployed parent can temporarily delegate their custodial responsibilities to another person, such as a step-parent or grandparent. And there's also a prohibition on permanent changes. Courts cannot make permanent custody modifications solely based on a parent's military deployment. This bill is supported by the Department of Defense, the Pennsylvania Bar Association, and the Uniform Law Commission. And last session, this bill previously passed the House unanimously. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Any comments on the bill? I see Representative Pielli is in order. You pass. Any other comments on the bill? Seeing none, this is a needed bill. I know Representative Williams has been championing this for a number of sessions, and happy that we're able to put it on so early in the session on the agenda. Seeing no other comments or questions, are there any negative votes on House Bill 414? Seeing none, if the Secretary could please record it as a unanimously supported bill, and it will be reported as committed. Next on the agenda is Representative Pielli's House Bill 491. I will make a motion to consider House Bill 491. Is there a second? Representative Kaufman. Council, please provide a brief description of House Bill 491. And I didn't mean to be surprised when I said Representative Kaufman. I was just excited that there was a second. Council, please provide a brief description, and then we'll go to Representative Pielli for some comments.
Mr. Chairman, House Bill 491 amends Title 42 by adding a Section 6329 to provide for concurrent jurisdiction on military installations. Mr. Chairman, the concurrent jurisdiction applies to proceedings involving a violation of federal law committed by a child on a military installation. For jurisdiction to shift, the federal court must waive jurisdiction, and a violation must also be a crime under the laws of the Commonwealth. Mr. Chairman, the bill takes effect immediately, and there are no amendments.
Thank you, Council. Representative Pielli, you're in order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. I appreciate the opportunity to present House Bill 491, the Protecting Military Children and Families Through a Concurrent Jurisdiction Act. The bill is simple, a common sense fix to ensure that Pennsylvania courts can step in when necessary to handle juvenile offenses committed on U.S. Department of Defense installations, but only when a federal court waives exclusive jurisdiction and the offense is also a crime under state law. Right now, Pennsylvania has approximately 7,152 active duty service members serving within our Commonwealth, 2,756 active duty spouses, and approximately 5,211 active duty children, some of whom live on military installations within the Commonwealth. Now, the exact number of the children living in Pennsylvania military institutions is not shared for security reasons, but it's important to know that a child doesn't need to live on the base to be under federal jurisdiction. They need only to commit a crime on this jurisdiction, and then they would be under federal jurisdiction. So, for example, there are many youth-based activities on bases. If a child is in one of these families and makes a mistake, they deserve access to the same legal resources and rehabilitative support as any other young person in Pennsylvania. This bill ensures fairness by allowing these cases to be handled within our juvenile justice system when appropriate. The Department of Defense encouraged us to take this step And we have here attending today, I would note for the record, Mr. Christopher Arnold from the Defense and State Liaison Office of the Department of Defense. And thank you, Mr. Arnold, for your help in bringing this very serious matter to our attention. And there is a letter that we have received in support of this bill from Mr. Arnold that I'm glad to share with all of our members. As I said, the Department of Defense has encouraged us to take the steps because it leads to better outcomes for military children while respecting the existing framework of the federal jurisdiction. This isn't about expanding government or complicating the system. It's about making sure the right cases are handled in the right way. So I would ask support from all of my colleagues, strong consideration of this bill. Thank you very much for the time, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Representative Pielli. Good job with the description. Is there any comments on the bill in the room or online? Seeing none, are there any negative votes on House Bill 491? Seeing none, if the Secretary could please report it as unanimous vote, it will be reported as committed to the Speaker, House Bill 491. Thank you, members of the committee, and thank you, Representative from the Department of Defense, on your advocacy. The next bill on the agenda is House Bill 697. I will make a motion on House Bill 697, and, oh, it's actually my bill. Sorry. Representative Pielli will motion 697, seconded by Chairman Kaufman. Council, please provide a brief description of House Bill 697.
Mr. Chairman, House Bill 697 amends the administrative code to remove the cap on the Pennsylvania State Police complement. The bill takes effect in 60 days, and there is one amendment.
This is an agreed-to amendment, late filed. I don't know if it was in the packet. Chairman Kaufman brought an issue to our attention and has graciously offered to introduce this amendment, so I agree to it. Council, please provide a description on the amendment.
Mr. Chairman, Amendment 00099 by Chairman Kaufman makes a necessary deletion in the fiscal code to accomplish the goal of eliminating the cap on the state police complement.
Thank you, Council. Chairman Kaufman, anything to add on that?
Just in an effort to try to be more collaborative, we recognize in trying to fix this problem, there was a conflict, and just wanted to work together to make sure this happens for those who protect us here in Pennsylvania. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. So we'll need a motion and a second on the amendment. We didn't do that, right? I'll make a motion on the amendment. Pielli will second the amendment. Are there any negative votes on Amendment 00099, which removes the current cap that was inserted in the fiscal code last session to allow the bill to do its intent? Any negative votes? Seeing none, if the amendment could be reflected as passing in unanimous. Are there any comments or questions on the underlying bill as amended? Seeing none, are there any negative votes on the bill as amended? I should get a mirror. Seeing none, if the Secretary could please report that as unanimously voted on and report it to the Speaker as amended. Thank you very much, members. House Bill 697. Last on the agenda, right, is House Resolution 48. I recognize, or I'm going to need a motion on House Resolution 48, made by Chairman Kaufman, seconded by Representative Rigby. Council, please provide a brief description of House Resolution 48.
Mr. Chairman, House Resolution 48 is a resolution to recognize the week of May 11th through May 17th, 2025 as National Police Week and designates May 15th, 2025 as Peace Officers Day in the Commonwealth. There are no amendments.
Thank you, Council. At this time, I want to take a brief moment to acknowledge and honor West York Borough Police Officer Andrew Durate. Officer Durate was killed in the line of duty on February 22nd, responding to an active shooter and hostage situation at UPMC Memorial Hospital. officer's sacrifice to protect his community will not be forgotten, and the House Judiciary Committee extends our condolences to his family, his department, and his community. With that, are there any additional comments on House Resolution 48? Representative Klunk, you are in order on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for your kind words for Officer Duarte and our West York Borough Police Department. Saturday, February 22nd was a very hard day in York County. We lost one of the best of us, somebody who ran into danger when so many people were running away. We are thankful for the Officer Duartes of the world, and we will forever be thankful for the men and women who stand up every single day to keep our communities safe. And I want to applaud Representative Harkins and everyone who will be voting yes on this resolution for supporting our law enforcement. Now more than ever, they need our support. So our prayers are with the Duarte family, all of our law enforcement in York County and throughout Pennsylvania who were grieving. The support and outpouring of kindness came from all across the country. I was there on that day where we laid Officer Duarte to rest, and there is no brotherhood and sisterhood like that thin blue line. And so thank you very much, and I want to say thank you to my favorite police officer, my father-in-law, who is retired from Spring-Its-Berry Police Department, who also responded that day. So thank you so very much, Mr. Chairman, for the latitude, and I hope we can all get behind this resolution today. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Klunk. Are there any other comments or questions on the resolution or on Officer Duarte? Seeing none, we were going to proceed to the vote. Are there any negative votes on House Resolution 48? Seeing none, if the Secretary could please record unanimous support for House Resolution 48, and we will report that to the Speaker as committed. I think that is the end of our agenda. Any closing comments? Nice bipartisan meeting. The meeting stands adjourned. Thank you very much, members.